Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Time to Draw with Mr. Shaw. Today we're going to be drawing one of my favorite comic book and cartoon superheroes. We're going to draw Cyborg from Teen Titans Go. As always, all you need is a piece of paper, something to draw on, and then something to draw with. Maybe a pencil, a crayon, a marker, whatever you have lying around. If you get stuck on something, if you're not sure how to proceed, if you make a mistake, you got to start over, feel free to pause the video and catch up when you can. Otherwise, try to follow along. We're going to start out with some simple shapes. Right around here in the middle, I'm going to do Cyborg's head. Now, usually when we draw people, we do it like an oval or a circle, but Cyborg actually has a head kind of shaped like, well, a hexagon. It's a six-sided shape, so I'm going to do a slightly curved line on the top and two diagonal lines on the sides. These will be the sides of his head. Then we're going to bring them down like this and draw a straight line with the chin. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, so it is a hexagon. We're going to draw two circles for his eyes right around here in the top half of his head. Now, one of his eyes is a human eye, so we can go ahead and color the little circle in there. His other eye is his robot eye, so we're actually going to cut his face in half here. We're going to bisect it by going a straight line down, touch that robotic eye, and then down the side of his face. Now on this side, we're going to give him a little ear, just bumping out like this, a little curved line, and then the same thing on this side, just a little curved line. I like to put a little question mark inside of the ears to make them look a little bit more like those squiggly cartilage shapes you see inside of your ear. Let's give Cyborg some eyebrows way up here. And a little, it's going to look like a curved line, like a lowercase u for his nose. And I want Cyborg to have a big smile on his face. Now, if you want, you could have him frowning. Maybe he's a sad cyborg, or maybe he's making the ooh face because he's surprised. But I want my Cyborg to have a nice big smile. Feel free to do yours however you want. So I'm going to do a nice big curved line just under his nose, followed by another longer curved line here. Then I'm going to draw a little rectangle inside of his mouth for his teeth, and another little half curve, semicircle, and then I'll color in his mouth. He's looking pretty happy. So now I'm going to start drawing the rest of Cyborg's body. I'm going to start with just a curved line for his neck. We want to make sure we draw necks on our people anytime we're drawing a person. After that, I'm going to very lightly draw almost like an oval or a soft rectangle, you could call it. It doesn't quite have the hard edges of a rectangle, and it's not quite as round as an oval, so it's kind of like a rectangle with curved edges. On the top of that, I'm going to draw a curved line like this. And then in the bottom half of that soft rectangle, I'm going to trace out another little quadrilateral. That's a four-sided shape here. And that's the top part of his body, kind of his chest area. Then we're going to go down to his stomach area. I'm going to draw two diagonal lines down with a curve at the bottom. I want to give that a nice little curve. Underneath that, I'm going to draw almost like a trapezoid shape, two diagonal lines down, and then I'm going to cut that in half with a straight line. And I'm going to color in these two sides. Just like that. It's okay if you don't color it in all the way. If you want to color that in later, totally fine. After that, we're going to do another little triangular shape down here for Cyborg's hips. That's where his legs are going to be coming out. And while we're down here, let's go ahead and draw his legs. I'm going to draw two almost triangle shaped legs here, the top part of his leg, the thigh. I'm going to color those in black with my pencil. If you're using a crayon or a marker, you can color that in, or you can save it for later if you want to add some colors to Cyborg with some crayons or markers or colored pencils. After I do the top part of his legs, the thighs, I'm going to draw a small, almost square for his knees. Cyborg has these big robotic boots. So after that, I'm going to draw almost like a cone shape coming down but curving at the bottom just like that. I'm going to do the same on the other side. 2 diagonal lines down with a curve at the bottom. If it did have a pointy top, it would be that 3D shape, a cone. But this is kind of the bottom half of that. After that, I'm going to draw 2 curved lines for Cyborg's feet. And then I want to give him some little bumps at the bottom of his boots. Because in the cartoons, when I watch Teen Titans Go, I notice he has those chunky boot bottoms. Probably give him better traction in the snow while he's running, climbing. Then we're going to move back up to the top of his body and put in his arms. So we're going to start with his shoulders. They're going to be 2 nice big circle shapes, here and here. And then inside of those circles, I'm going to draw some smaller circles. I'm going to put one here with a little black circle inside. And then we're going to have a little rectangular shape sticking up from the end of the shoulder here. I'm going to do the same on the other side. 1 regular circle, 1 black circle, and a tiny rectangular shape. Then we're going to draw Cyborg's upper arm. It's going to be kind of the same shape that we did on the leg here, almost like a triangular shape. We don't want that to be too big, because the bottom half of Cyborg's arms are actually pretty thick. We want these to be a little bit skinny. So I'm going to color those in black. And then I'm going to very loosely draw in a cylinder shape. It's going to be curved at the bottom. It's going to come up 2 straight sides and then another curve at the top here. It almost looks like Cyborg's arm is fitting right into that. I'm going to give it 2 curved lines at the bottom and then a curved line here. Now, if you want to color your Cyborg later, this little section here will be kind of a bluish color, and the rest of this armor will be white right here. After I have this bottom part of his arm, this forearm shape, that cylinder with the curved lines in it, we can go ahead and give Cyborg some fingers. We're going to give him a thumb sticking out on this side, and then 4 fingers together. I'm just going to draw little curved lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I had them get smaller as they went back, because this is his pointer finger, and then his middle finger, his ring finger, and then his little pinky back here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to do that cylinder shape. I'm going to do a curve right here where his elbow is, almost like a little oval, like his arm's fitting into it. 2 straight lines, and then a curve at the bottom. I'm going to follow that up with 2 more curved lines, a curved line here for that glowing blue section, and then I'm going to give him a thumb. When your hands are down like that, your thumbs are always pointed inward, and then his 4 other fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now that's a pretty good looking Cyborg. He looks like he's about to say maybe booyah, one of his favorite things to say in the cartoon. Booyah. An exclamation point. He looks pretty excited. But at this point, if you want, oh, do you know what? I totally forgot something. Cyborg does have a little chin piece here. It's probably one of the things I always forget about him. I just noticed that. And he also has a straight line here next to his eye. Sometimes while you're drawing, you want to take another look at your work and notice little things you might have missed. I just missed that right there. I draw Cyborg all the time, but we all make mistakes. It's always okay to go back into your drawing and fix them. Now at this point, I could draw a setting for Cyborg. I could draw some other characters in this picture. You can really do whatever you'd like. One thing that I did earlier while I was practicing this is I drew a setting of Cyborg under the ocean. I gave him a little air helmet here so that he could breathe, some bubbles coming up from that, some sharks, some jellyfish, a crab, some coral, some sea life. Feel free to experiment, do whatever you'd like with that. Or if you have access to pictures of the Teen Titans, or if you know what they look like, or you just want to try, see if maybe you can give Cyborg some friends, kind of like this. Now, obviously, I don't expect you to be able to do it that fast, and it does take plenty of practice, but hey, you've got the time, so everyone keep on drawing, follow along with these videos at home. If you're a Henry Johnson Charter School scholar, snap a pic of your drawing, share it to me on Class Dojo, and I'll try to put it up in the next video. Comment below if you have a suggestion for something else you'd like to learn how to draw, And if you want to catch these new videos as they come up every weekday, go ahead and subscribe to the Henry Johnson Charter School YouTube page, and that way it'll pop up in your feed and you may even get notifications when the new videos come out. Have a great day. Everyone stay safe out there. Wash your hands, and I'll see you next time.